The season finale of the 5th year of the GT Winter Series takes place in Barcelona.
It's really raining. You need to be very careful with the curbs and everything. And now we're starting from P9. Not the place to start, but we wanted to start in the first or second row.
Yeah, I hope we can start. It's heavy raining. We have some water on turn 10. Yeah, for sure we want to drive it and not win it on the board or something. Yeah, we are well prepared. It's quite a lot of water, but it's different to the Formula cars. For example, we don't swim so often. We are also with closed buttons. All the cars, a lot of aero, but I think it should be possible. But let's see if he starts or not.
Piotr Oliveira leading the field around under safety car as the race begins then. You heard from Kenneth Heyer secondly in that interview. He and J-Mo Hartling just need to score some points. Any point score secures then the championship. Martin Kazmarski unfortunately off the circuit, aquaplaning into the gravel, and that brings out the red flag. Kazmarski, a driver with Dakar and rallycross experience, if he is struggling in these conditions, then everyone also is as well. They do try and get the race back underway. Once again, leading them out under safety car is Piotr Oliveira, but the conditions judged to be too bad to go racing. Piotr Oliveira leads them into the pit lane. Vera wins the race and scores half points. Half points for Heyer and Hartling mean they are the champions.
Possibly not the way you would have wanted to do it, but what does it mean to take this championship?
Incredible feeling for me. It was the first championship in a GT3 car, and with Kenneth we found a very good pairing together, and yeah, I'm very happy. Today it was a little bit weird, but yeah, I'm thankful for all of this, and a really big thanks to my completely team.
Thankfully, Sunday is nothing like Saturday, and we get to go racing properly in the GT Winter Series. It's Piotr Oliveira that leads them down to the first corner, or is it? Because here comes Finn Wiebelhaus on the inside. Wiebelhaus is your race leader then. He has the early lead from Vera, from J-Mo Hartling. Kenneth Heyer sitting out race 2 of the weekend. I wonder if he was celebrating his championship a wee bit too hard. Everybody getting through the first corner okay. Hartling now has to try and find his way past Piotr Oliveira. The Kapfinger Porsche there further back in the field as well. Great to have Team U Sportwagen Technik back here again. A huge deluxe entry of over 30 cars this weekend. And it's Nor Mercedes top 3 with J-Mo Hartling getting past Piotr Oliveira there for second place. Just behind them is the gorgeous Ferrari 296 from the Rinaldi Racing camp. Quanda Mokoena making his way through the order, as is Martin Kazmarski. Kazmarski it was there who made the move on the 32 Stromstead Porsche. And now Luca Arnold following him through. Quanda Mokoena doing the same. And then the charging Almery Bonduelle in the black Lamborghini there, the black with yellow highlights. Oh, and Kapfinger there getting his nose cut off rather rudely there by the 115 car. That's Johannes Kapfinger now getting past Pierre Elliott for 4th place. Through he goes then into P4. Great to have the 296 back out there. And look at this, Johannes Kapfinger, last year's GT Winter Series champion, already up to 3rd place. We ride on board with Almery Bonduelle, who's up into the overall top 10 and chasing the GT3 cars in his high-powered Lamborghini Trofeo machine. Quanda Mokoena gets past Luca Arnold there. That's for 8th position. The Haupt Racing Team youngster from South Africa moving up the order. His next target is Kazmarski, but J-Mo Hartling is slowing. J-Mo Hartling, the champion after yesterday's race. Unfortunately, that car doesn't look happy at all. Perhaps something in the hydraulics or the electronics. He's got the car back underway, but I suspect his day is effectively over. Kazmarski under pressure from Almery Bonduelle. Bonduelle, a vastly talented young man, has won single-seater championships in the past, has been an ace in Super Trofeo for a while. He gets past Kazmarski. Mokoena to the inside there for 4th place on Pierre Elliott, but loses it there. Runs out a little bit too wide, so Pierre-Elliott gets to hold on for a little bit longer. The veteran bronze racer, but Mokoena eventually finds his way by, as does Amaury Bonduelle, or does he? Pierre-Elliott very feisty there, holding on to the position. Bonduelle with the straight line speed advantage in the big Lamborghini. But the downforce advantage certainly with the Ferrari 296 as SR Motorsport work on the Mercedes. Doesn't look like J-Mo Hartling is going much further in this race. Bonduelle up to 5th position, could soon make it 4th, because here comes Piotr Oliveira in his sights, dives to the inside line at turn 9. Very nicely done, very smoothly done by Amaury Bonduelle. Pierre-Elliott losing out to Luca Arnold further back as well. Kazmarski losing out to Adrian Lewandowski and Dieter Sveps, the Cup 2 leader. Of course, the Lamborghini Trofeo cars are in Cup 4. Cup 2 for the Porsche Cup machinery. Cup 1 for the Ferrari Challenge cars as well. Piotr Oliveira running it out wide. Luca Arnold getting through then. That's for 5th position. Piotr Oliveira, a very good bronze driver. But starting on the first row of the grid, always felt like he was going to drop a little bit. And Pierre-Elliott, the latest to find his way past as well. Further back still, Simon Birch in the GT2 KTM there. Having a good scrap with the Huber car of Jörg Dreisov, and also Noah Stromsted, the single-seater race, sharing with his father Morten this weekend, a Porsche 991 Cup car. Simon Birch, though, establishing himself in the top 10. A spin further back, I think that was Kivitz, potentially. In fact, no, it was one of the Myrtle Motorsport cars, and a collision between Piotr Oliveira and Pierre-Elliott. That might bring out the safety car, but not before Ibrahim Badawi gets to the inside of Jörg Dreisov. Squares off the corner nicely and gets ahead for 11th place. Back into the pits once more has come J-Mo Hartling. They've been trying to run diagnostics on this Mercedes, but I suspect the race might be done. Pierre-Elliott's car towed out of the gravel as we are under safety car conditions, and that brings Johannes Kapfinger and the rest of the field back towards Finn Wiebelhaus. However, there is lap traffic between Wiebelhaus and everyone else. The Rosso Corsa Ferrari has come to a halt. Another GT3 Ferrari out there on circuit, but that is cleared, thankfully, without the need for a safety car. Oh, and a big, big impact there. That is Talil Shahir in the number 220 Ferrari from the AF Corsa stable, and understandably that marks the end of the race. Red flag. Thankfully Talil Shahir is okay. Finn Wiebelhaus winning from Quando Mokoena, who got past Johannes Kapfinger towards the end of the race. A double podium for Haupt.
Didn't sound like you were going to take it, but then you were flying out there.
Yeah, the pace was quite good. I have to say the start was also very good. I got a good runoff, and then decided to send it into T1. Worked out quite well, and then decided to push a bit, and then mid-race I just tried to manage the gap, and then there was a safety car. Then the restart was quite good as well, and then the red flag came out, but it's not important that we have the red flag. It's important that the driver's okay. It seems like he's okay, so yeah, that's important, so yeah.
Great insight there from Finn Wiebelhaus. He claims yet another victory in the GT Winter Series. Win number 6 of the season for him. What could he have done if he'd been here for the full year? I dread to think, to be honest with you. John Dillon with a hop and a skip up onto the top step of the Cup 1 podium. The top step goes Dieter Sveps in Cup 2, and young Amaury Bonduelle winning in the Cup 4 class for the Lamborghini Super Trofeo cars. Cup 3 going to Noah Stromsted. Race 3 of the weekend then, and it's an all Haupt Racing team front row. Finn Wiebelhaus leading into the first corner, and look at Amaury Bonduelle with a brilliant run down to turn 1, but he hasn't got the downforce in the Super Trofeo car. He loses out to Mokoena and also to Kapfinger by the looks of it, or can Kapfinger go around the outside? One would think so. That's Mikael Kapfinger, the brother to Johannes, last year's GT Wind Series champion. You see there Amaury Bonduelle trying to get some heat in the tyres. Further back, Jamo Hartling picking his way through the order on behalf of he and Kenneth Hyatt. Simon Birch under pressure in the KTM GT2 car. Great to see a GT2 joining the grid again. We have seen them in years gone by, but not this season in the GT Winter Series. Jamo Hartling, though, making it look easy, and unfortunately, the Myrtle 81 car colliding with Stefano Marazzi. Marazzi and Lavati bring out a safety car with their collision in their respective Ferraris. Here comes Jamo Hartling to the inside of Piotr Klavira. This is for 6th position. Nicely executed there by Jamo, who'll be looking to hand the car over to Kenneth Hyatt in as good of a position as possible. The field working their way through after being released from that safety car. Bonduel allowing Jamo Hartling through on the straight there. We know that Bonduel's quicker in a straight line in that Super Trofeo car, but he allows Jamo by. Simon Birch, or rather Thomas Anderson, I should say, colliding with Christian Hook. Anderson taking the start in that car. We'll hand over to Birch later on. But a little bit of a collision there. Adrian Lewandowski getting himself stuck in a battle with Leandro Martins, who's the Cup 2 leader. So Martins under pressure here for the Cup 2 honours. To the inside there goes the number 7. That's Hubert Darmetko, who will hand over to Matthias Lizowski later on in the race. So Leandro Martins, who of course also has a pro in his wake, that being Dieter Sveps, defending the Cup 2 lead. Joachim Bulting there, 3rd in Cup 2. And then the GT3 battle going on there as well. The recovering 115 car getting past Jörg Dreisov. Pit window is open. Cars into the pit lane. Razun KTM with its unique canopy setup there. Luca Arnold's car now in his dad's hands, in the hands of Roland Arnold. Jörg Dreisov has handed over to Manuel Lauck, so that's Proton Huber Porsche. Very spectacular livery, making up places. Unfortunately, the 992 Porsche, Sebastian Daum, going straight on there with a puncture. And he's going to struggle to get that one back around. You can see it there on the gravel as well, just trying to take too much speed, maybe not quite realising what was wrong with the car until now. A battle with the Ferrari 296s further back as well. That's Pierre Elliott now at the wheel of the 115 Ferrari. Amaury Bonduel finding his way past Joachim Bulting. Piotr Vera putting a lap on one of the Porsche 992s as well. In fact, that's now Dan Arrow, I should say, at the wheel. He runs 5th overall. He's being pursued by Amaury Bonduel, who should be slower in that Super Trofeo car, but he knows how to hustle these cars like almost no one else. Adrian Lewandowski in a similar Super Trofeo car into the gravel trap. Kenneth Hyatt losing out here for 4th place, goes too wide into turn 10, and Dan Arrow gets through into 4th. Of course, none of it matters. Hyer and Hartling already champions, and Finn Wiebelhaus has dominated Sunday, as he has done so many times this season in the GT Winter Series. Just 3 appearances this year in GTWS, Portimão, Valencia, and here at Barcelona. But each and every time, Finn Wiebelhaus has been the class of the field. 7 wins from 9 attempts in GTWS.
Finn, you've done it again. That looked lovely.
Yeah, it was a good drive, I guess, yeah.
And you looked like you were dealing with a little bit of traffic coming through there at one point, but you still managed to take it with a pretty big gap at the end. Yeah,
it's good training to manage the traffic, also for the Nordschleife races later on, maybe, if I do some of these, so it's a good practice, yeah.
There we are, the celebrations between Mokoena, Wiebelhaus and the Cap Fingers on the GT3 podium. Another great result as well for John Dillon in Cup 1, although he does struggle to open his champagne bottle. Cup 2 going to Lizowski and Darmetko. And the Cup 4 honours once again falling to the very, very fast Amaury Bonduel. The Stromsteds celebrating as well in Cup 3, all on their own in that class. But the biggest celebrations of all will go to Kenneth Hyer and Jamo Hartling, the latest champions in the GT Winter Series for SR Motorsport. That concludes our season. Thank you so much for watching, and join us again in 2025.